Here, baby. So Elias is here. He'll take attendance before I'm gonna move the computer. So confused that.
It's better because he has a camera that doesn't have cable.
Come and have a seat. We're gonna postpone our SAT set practice for later. Take out your Harriet Tubman from yesterday. Alright. As you walk in, Chris.
Hi.
Last time I checked, you were supposed to be in here having a seat, right? Oh, crazy. Where's your glasses? Come on, Harriet Tubman. We're going to skip SAT 10 practice till later. Okay? Take out Harriet Tubman from yesterday. Also, as well, make sure your Post-it note is slapped on there. Attendance. Come on, attendance. Come on, attendance. Harriet Tubman from yesterday, please. Who's absent in this room? Roy Marr?
Yes.
Alicia's going to be out. Giovanni just walked in. Who sits in that corner? Alicia. So that's Alicia, Roy Marr, and then Giovanni's coming in. Okay. Dr. Urban, give me 1 second to take attendance. And then we're good to go. It's crazy. Edit out all my craziness.
Absolutely.
Promise?
Absolutely.
You're not gonna show people my craziness.
100%.
They know I'm crazy, but we don't have to show everybody.
But that makes you adorable too.
Huh?
That makes you adorable too. You never
What?
realize that.
That I'm crazy?
It's adorable craziness.
Oh, yeah, I'll try. This is my life. It's it's just a whirlwind of everything. No matter what happens. I can't seem to catch a break. Just can't. All right, Elias was late, right? So he would get marked absent. Okay. All right, boys and girls, put the books away. Harriet Tubman should be on your desk. Welcome, Giovanni. Glad to see you, my love. Do me a favor and grab out Harriet Tubman. That's the first thing we're going to be talking about today. You need nothing else on your desk but your article from yesterday, okay? As well as, no, this isn't going to work for me. This is an electronic book. So if this cooperates, we should have the electronic book version, but I can't make any promises. So, okay. Harriet Tubman should be out with your Post-it note from yesterday. All right. Evangelina, my dove, love dove, you were not here yesterday. Here's the article that we are going to be reading today. If you would put your name and date on it. All right. Well, one could only hope that this will work. Until then, let's get moving and grooving. Okay. In lieu of Black History Month, okay, we've been learning about some famous Black Americans. We've already talked about Jackie Robinson. And we've discussed the major events in his life and put them in sequence order, right? To show that events occur in a certain order in somebody's life. We are now reading a text about Harriet Tubman, okay? And we know from yesterday, we talked about the big idea of our text was that Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped free many slaves, okay? That was what the author wanted us to know by the time we were done reading this text. Okay? So now today, we have to say to ourselves, well, how do we know that Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped many slaves escape? What evidence does the text give us to support that statement? Okay? So that is going to be our job for today. We will code the text to show support for how Harriet Tubman was a brave woman. Okay? That leads up to our essential question. How does the author support the statement that Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped many slaves? all right? Now, yesterday, on your Post-it notes, okay, let's take a look-see, let's take a gander. What's a gander?
A gander is when you take a look.
Very good. So let's take a gander at our Post-it notes from yesterday, okay? The question that I wanted you to answer was, how does the author feel about Harriet Tubman? Okay? We know the author did not just explicitly state how she felt about her. Instead, she chose to give us some character traits about Harriet. And we could infer how the author feels by telling us some character traits about Harriet. So before we start today, okay, before we get into the article, I want you to take a moment. I want you to turn, okay, and talk to your shoulder partner. I want you to show them, read to them, what did you put on your Post-it note? How do you think the author feels about Harriet Tubman, and how do you know? Remember, as we're having a conversation, we're using accountable talk. You may disagree with the person. You may agree with them. You may ask them to explain if you don't understand, okay? And you may repeat what you heard just to clarify, okay? We're going to take about 1 minute. Let's do a quick turn and talk. Manny, I would like for you to turn around and speak to Yalatra for me today, please, because you two will be partners. And Mary Jane, you can scoot on over and have a conversation with Carlos, okay? Let's take 1 minute. I'm going to come around, turn and talk to your partner, and for Evangelina, you're just going to listen to what Antonio has to say, okay? Go ahead. So what do you think?
Just ignore me, guys.
Okay, I agree with you. Why would you say that? Very good. What do you think? I like what she said. Hello.
Because the author.
Do you want to tell me?
Raro is she likes Harriet Tubman because in what she wrote, she kept writing good things about her. Harriet Tubman was a brave woman, and she helped slaves find freedom.
Very good.
And
Okay.
And can you tell me too then, Lewis? You tell me too.
Because Harriet Tubman was brave.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Very good, guys. You did very well.
She did those things right there. Awesome.
She was nice. I think that she loved
Okay, so let's help her. Okay, we are trying to, can you explain because we don't understand? Okay, we don't understand. The Harriet, she is courageous, right? Good. I like that. And I was the slave owner. So what you're trying to say is, what I think I hear is that you think that she's courageous because she helped many slaves escape from their owners. Very good.
Do you guys
I
wanna
agree
tell
with that
me?
sentence. But let's see, how can we help
How about you
her
tell me?
create that in a sentence? What can we say first that we should have her write down? Grab your pencil.
What do you
and we're
think?
going to help you with this sentence.
that the author feels happy about Harriet Tubman
Okay.
Good.
So
And
what
why
can
do you
she say?
think
What
he's
should
happy?
be her first word?
because she helped slaves.
She helps slaves. Absolutely good. Good for you.
There you go. Okay, let's start there. Give her the Post-it note. Very good, Benicia. I like how you're helping her correct her sentence. Okay? All right, boys and girls, let's come back together. Okay? Let's come back together. I heard some phenomenal things as I was walking around. Okay? Let me start over here because I really like what Mary Jane had to say about how the author feels. Can you read us your Post-it note, sweetheart?
I think the author feels grateful for her help.
I love that word grateful, right? We know that that word means that happy about what someone has done when we're grateful for it, okay? And why would the author feel grateful? What is it that Harriet did?
Because she might think that she's a good citizen, and if you didn't like her as a good citizen, she wouldn't be writing about her.
Okay, I like that notion. We've talked many a times about how authors, when they write stories, it's because they, one, have a lot of information on it, or because they like something, right? Miss Sadie's not going to write a story about roaches, is she? Okay, Miss Sadie doesn't like roaches. Okay, so you know I'm not going to feel good about something if I'm writing about it, I feel good about it. And exactly, she said she's a good citizen because of all the things she's done, and she wrote a story about her. Excellent. Okay. Another thing I heard was over here, okay, as we were talking, we had a really good idea. Emmeline had a fantastic idea, but we were a little confused by what she was saying. So as a team, we worked together and they helped her express her thought more clearly, which was, can you please tell us your thought, Emmeline? Don't be shy, my babe. Would you like Venetia to say it? Go ahead, Venetia.
Well, Harriet was courageous and let all the slaves from her owners.
From their owner. Very good. Okay, we still have a little bit more work on there with that sentence structure, but it's much better than what it was. Emmeline was trying to say, and this is what I think I heard, was that she thought, the author thinks that Harriet is courageous for helping all the slaves escape from their owners, which is the exact sentence that we were working on making with Emmeline. So that was awesome. I agree with that. She gave us a reasoning why, how she felt about her, and a reason why. Okay? Remember, you've got to support what you say. You have to. You can't just say, I know because I told you so. All right? We've got to support with what we say, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Okay? Move those Post-it notes aside. We will revisit those later, okay? Now, let me ask you this. Normally, I give you what we're going to code on the text, don't I? I say we're going to do an NP for Norman's point of view. We're going to do an F for feelings. I would like to ask you, if we know the big idea of the text is that Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped slaves, how can we code our text to show support for this statement? What could we use? Giovanni?
Maybe a BW for brave woman?
Ooh, I like that. Since we are showing that Harriet was a brave woman, as we read the story today, I think that's what we're going to do. I love that text code. Okay? So as we read the story today, we are going to code the text, okay, with a BW, right, to show how Harriet was a brave woman. Okay? We're going to code the text with a BW to show how Harriet was a brave woman. Okay? That's where we're going to start today. So take a moment. Today's day 2. We're going to reread the text. As you're reading, your purpose for reading today is coding the text with a BW to show support for how Harriet was a brave woman. Does anybody have any questions as what's expected of you at this moment?
Can
Yes.
we put the W for D2?
Absolutely. Yep. Anything we did yesterday is you're able to code. Okay? Please begin.
Maybe.
Here you go. She was born in the 1820s in Manchester, Canada, right? You underline out for how she was a brave woman. Is being born something that would show bravery? So if we need to have that code as a BW for bravery. Here. Okay. Here, I see you on your line. You didn't put a BW. Okay, it's over here. Okay, you see no slaves within the southern United States. In the northern states, slavery was against the law. Some slaves tried to escape to the north. Does this statement, these statements right here, give you any information about how Harriet Tubman was a brave woman? So do you think we need to code that as BW? Down here, I love this. She walked 90 miles to Pennsylvania. That's a long distance, isn't it? That definitely shows how brave she was, because I don't think I could do that. Do you think you could walk 90 miles to prove? Oh, right. Good. Okay, let's keep looking. Great. Excellent. Beautiful. Good job. Very good. Excellent. That's hard to do, right? I see in this paragraph you underline Harriet was a nurse, a spy, and a scout for the North. How does that show she was brave? What was happening at the time that would show bravery? Fight what? Fought the what?
Civil War.
Ah, so don't you think that sentence is important for the sentence to show bravery? So I think, do you think we need to underline that one as well, maybe? Yeah, I think so too. Awesome. Was there anything that she did to show bravery after slavery became illegal? I want you to reread this and see if there's anything you see that would support her being brave. I see that there's some information here that we didn't code. What happened in this paragraph in her life? What was going on at that time?
Period was a spy, and the North and the South fought, and the North and the South fought the Civil War from 1861 to 1865. Harriet was a nurse, a spy, and a
Out.
scout for the North.
Do you think that any of that stuff that was going on might show how brave she is? Right? It must be hard to be a spy and a nurse for you. Excellent. Good job, Giovanni. Okay. I see you circled the word nurse, right? In this sentence. Do you know what a nurse is? A nurse is somebody that helps a doctor when you're not feeling good. He or she comes in and helps the doctor. Okay? Here it says Harriet was a nurse, a spy, and a scout for the North. That sentence is pretty powerful, isn't it? Because that's letting us know some of the things that Harriet did. Okay? When was she a nurse, a spy, and a scout for the North, Louise?
From 1865.
Okay, and during that time, what was happening?
They had a world. The North and the South.
They were doing what?
Fighting.
They were fighting, right? And during this time, she was a nurse, a spy, and a scout for the North. Do you think that some of that information might show just how brave she was? Do you think you could be a nurse, a spy, and a scout for the North in a war?
Yeah.
Really? That shows how brave you are then too, okay? So do you think maybe we should underline that and code it with a BW? Oh, thank you. Awesome, good job.
Be a spy and scout. I ain't been
When you are done, you are to reread. Please put away any extraneous books, Yamari. Okay? The more times we read a text, the more information we can gather from it. Okay? I'm going to give everyone about 1 to 2 more minutes to finish up. If you are already done, please reread.
How does this sentence, the North and the South fought the Civil War, show that Harriet was a brave woman?
She helped. She helped slavery. She helped slaves to escape.
Where does it say that in this paragraph? Okay, so we have here that it says the North and the South fought the Civil War. What did she do during this time, the Civil War? That would show she was a brave woman.
Yes. Harry was a nurse spy and a scout for the North.
Awesome. Okay, so if we're showing she's a brave woman, we should underline that sentence as well. Excellent. Excellent. Good job, Ryan.
Good, Chris. Okay, guys, finish up the last sentence that you're reading.
I see here that you want to how does that show that Harry's a brave woman? What did she do during that time? Is there something else in the paragraph? Sorry, Ty.
All right, let's come back together. Okay. Awesome coding. I think this is some of our best yet. I'm very happy. I know coding takes us a long time to understand because when we're presented with so much good information, sometimes we want to underline everything because we get excited. You guys are doing an excellent job of picking out the most important details. Okay? That's very hard to do. I am now going to take the time, okay? I'm going to read the story with you. As we read, we are going to stop and discuss some of the key vocabulary that I've seen we have circled, as well as where we coded to show support for how Harriet Tubman was a brave woman. Because remember, by the end of our lesson today, you will have to answer this question. How does the author support the statement that Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped slaves? Okay? All right, let's get into the text. Hopefully, when we are done reading and coding, you can see the electronic version one last time before you answer the question, because the photographs and illustrations provide great support to what the author is saying. Okay? Cross your fingers that the computer works. All right, Ty, do you have a question?
You know how it said there were slaves in the southern United States? Is that down here where we at?
Yes, sir.
Were they slaves in the Native Americans? Were they slaves?
I know you're connecting our social studies unit to our reading unit, and that's awesome. Native Americans were different types of, I won't say slaves, but there was a different relationship going on between early explorers and Native Americans, okay? But I like the way you're connecting our social studies, since we're talking about regions of the United States, and we did talk about the South, and then the article mentions the South. Yes, there were slaves in Florida. Yes, because we are part of the South. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. As always, as we're reading, our pencils are up and our points are down. We are reading the text together, stopping to discuss, where we coded to show support for how Harriet is a brave woman. Okay? Here we go. Early life. Harriet Tubman was a brave woman who helped slaves find freedom. Let's stop right there. Let's make sure that that sentence themselves is underlined, because that is the main idea or the big idea of the text from what we discussed yesterday. And that is the statement that we are trying to prove by reading the rest of this article. Okay? Let's keep going. She was born in the 1820s in Dorchester.